statement because I meet with people on a regular basis because I realize that I have a lot I need to learn. You know, and I've been very blessed and very fortunate to have my company grow, but at the same time, the moment in time when you think you know everything, you don't need any help is the moment in time that you're going to start to fail. Right. You're done. You've lost it. So.
I love that story. It's one of my favorite stories. I tell it all the time. Yeah, it's great. So.
Yeah. I actually just read a quote today. I'm trying to think of the word. It's something comes from bad decisions come from something. And I can't think of the word, but essentially it's you gain the knowledge. Maybe it's just knowledge. Maybe
somebody
it's
Google that without something.
But it's getting to your. I'm trying to think. Experience comes from bad decisions. No, but it's sort of that knowledge of making bad decisions, and bad decisions come from lack of. So it's you know, you make enough bad decisions, you learn what you should be doing. That's where the age part comes in. But so what else?
This is pretty oriented to the upcoming pitch competition. You guys have talked about the business that you started, following your passion. You've really got people engaged behind your passion. And you're able to, I guess, meet with people one-on-one and draw people in with your passion. When you're submitting to a competition like that, you know, they don't get to see you or see your passion. And you gotta, I guess, transmit, you know, market data, a lot of these unknowns that you really don't have. I guess maybe you already answered this with finding an expert in the field or finding someone. You know, how do you go about finding those things like setting a price point, or you know, what's your market size? You know, these kind of concrete details that people want to see, and you know, an executive summary or business plan where you don't have an opportunity to sell your passion.
Well, I would say that no one's going to buy the passion. Right. There's in our industry, specifically mine, it's a common misnomer that people think, oh, well, if the prospective client sees my passion for their project, they're going to hire me. That's absolutely false. You know, and I learned that the hard way. You know, I get really excited about the job and the client. I pitch them, and then I won't hear back from them for weeks, and they say we went with somebody else. And I think that there's an old saying called "sell the sizzle, not the steak." And you know, yes, data is really important, but ultimately, almost I would venture to say all purchase decisions are emotional. All, and it's your responsibility to back that up with data. But you, as a marketer, as a pitch, you have to appeal to that emotional connection at the same point in time. And that data helps back up that emotional, connection. So you can spit out all this great data, but if you can't resonate within this, within a certain area of my emotional connectivity, you're not gonna sell me. You know, it's like you can tell me a car has 400 horsepower, but you can say, imagine sitting back, feeling the car rev, and pushing that gas pedal. You know.
Yeah. I used to tell my students had to do a 5-paragraph essay every week, and it was on different topics. And I wasn't an English teacher, by the way, but I felt that was a good exercise. And we had one rule: you could never write in first person. Okay? So, because what you're doing, what he's telling you to do is absolutely correct. Is that passion, which is going to be almost opinionated in a sense, that the data will make it fact, but the passion's still there. I can see it. Now, I would tell you my advice on the executive summary you guys have to do. If you don't have a line in there, this is what we're going to be great at. You're asking me if I was reviewing, and that'd be one of the first things I'd be looking for. What are you going to be? This is what interactive achievement is going to be the best at. One of those statements, that passionate statement to say this, and then here's why.
And that's the stick.
That's the stick.
The sizzle.
Here it is.
The sizzle is this is what we're going to be great at, and the steak is why we're going to be great at it.
Why?
So when we go to clients and we say, hey, we're going to build you a website, the website's the steak. The sizzle is this is how you're going to engage with your customers.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so.
It's kind of what you have to try to do with investors,
yeah.
I would guess.
Absolutely. You know, we believe that we have something that's every bit as great as Google, and when we talk about it, you know, that's what we're selling. We have we have all the other stuff to back it up. You know, you need to have support, but if I came out with a bunch of numbers, I guarantee that, unless maybe return on investment, you know, investors want to see that, of course. But if I came out with a bunch of statistics and tried to sell, you know, the steak, you know, I'm not going to get much of a response. So,
You gotta have both.
Well, I think I'd like to wrap up there, and I'd like to thank these three gentlemen. They're very busy, and just getting them, you know, to set aside some time to hopefully share with you. I think they've shared a lot of very insightful, valuable information, and hopefully it was that to you. And I think they would also share with me, applauding you and thinking about entrepreneurship and launching your company, so, and encouraging you to do that. And certainly the Rbtc, our logo is up there. Caroline has to get in touch with me and Braden. If you have questions, you know, Michael Honey at the back of the room, Ken. The local technology entrepreneurial community is very supportive of your efforts. So if you have questions, if you need insight, if you need something, let us know, and we're happy to see if we can help you make that connection and provide it for you. So if you would join me in a round of applause for these three
So right now we have the t-shirt sale going on, so